Jack Welch once said, "There is no such thing as a work-life balance. There are work-life choices, and you make them, and they have consequences." Hello again, and welcome to the Everyday Marksman, a podcast that is all about tactical skills for living a more adventurous life. I am your host, as always, Matt Robertson, and our website is everydaymarksman.co. There you can find today's show notes, all of our articles, links to our social media, and our awesome community of marksmen. I'm happy to be back after a break to spend time with my family and get my mind back in the game. Now, before we get into it, I have a list of shout-outs to give. Even though I wasn't producing any new articles or podcast episodes, these fine folks still supported all the things that we've got going on. They still contributed via our Ko-fi page, which you can find at everydaymarksman.co/support. So a shout out to Six String, Tim R., Steve, Coat and Dagger Customs, and Groovy. I really do appreciate you guys. I'm here for you. And I hope that you're getting your money's worth. That sounds really bad. If you weren't getting your money's worth, why would you? Whatever. Let's move on. I also want to announce the winners of the most recent postal match, the very first postal match that we've ever hosted here at the Everyday Marksman. So this is third quarter 2020. Here are your winners. Dan K won centerfire and rimfire irons and the classic division. Aaron D won the centerfire and rimfire optics. So congrats to you guys. I do want to have a shout out to Matt R, not me, because he brought a Krag into the classic division. And that was really awesome to see the old Warhorse get out there. So shout out to you guys. Everybody who won will get an Everyday Marksman postal match winner decal. That is, of course, as soon as I actually get them printed and designed, but I'll reach out to you guys. Congratulations again. For everybody else, there will be another match coming up in Q4 for 2020, and then that will be up in October. So stay tuned to the site and community for when that drops. Now, with that, let's get on to the meat of today's conversation: balance and how it drives what the Everyday Marksman is about. Now, what does balance have to do with marksmanship? Well, outside the mechanics of that, I'll get to that in a second. Now, first, I want to talk about my personality so you know where I'm coming from. I am generally a laid back and go with the flow kind of person, but that's not my natural inclination. It's a very intentional thing because I know that I have a tendency to be very type A, and I want to be the best at anything that I do. I've said many times in the past that I hate losing. So a case in point, I had been jockeying for a potential promotion at work while also trying to build a solid business out of the Everyday Marksman. It was, to put it bluntly, burning the candle at both ends with napalm. I took the month of August off because I recognized the path I was on was going to lead to a massive burnout and hurt my relationship with my wife, my son, my friends, and even my job. Success is important to me, but so is my family and my health. So I took a step back. I used the last month to really think about what it is that's important to me and why I was doing the things that I am. Now, you're going to hear more about those in the future. But what I want to talk to you today is this idea of balance and how it affects my thinking with the Everyday Marksman and our tactical skills for adventurous life. Now, look, I've interviewed a lot of experts in the field, from snipers to Olympians to survival gurus to bodybuilders to everyday marksmen just like you and me. And the thing that stands out about all of them is just how much time they dedicate to the craft. Now, this often comes at the expense in other areas of their lives. It's amazing that someone like Amanda, a few episodes ago, can compete in the Olympics as a rifle shooter before they finish college. But what did they sacrifice to get there? How many birthdays did they miss? How many night outs with friends? How much of the school experience wasn't there? Think of another way. How many high-speed CEOs, special operations members, professional bodybuilders, and entrepreneurs who all have accomplished these amazing things and live what we all would think are amazing lives, only to actually have their personal lives fall apart from under them? Now, the theme of the month within the Everyday Marksman community is finding balance. And I shared a few thoughts with our members there earlier. Someday, I'm going to teach my son about my vision of balance, which is mind, body, soul. Now, stick with me here because this isn't strictly religious. Mind is about what you know and what you can do. And most people are going to earn this through study and experience, through education and practice. Get training, practice, do the thing, read books, but it's going to be all about stimulating the mind, your knowledge, your skills. Then we have body. Body is your physical strength and physical health. And you earn this through a healthy lifestyle and exercise. And I know nobody out there likes to be told you have to put in that hard work to earn this, but that's the truth. There is no magic pill to give you a fantastic body and incredible health. And unfortunately, most of us learn the hard way that as life gets busier and we get older and things start to be more difficult to do, this is one of the easiest things to write off and saying, well, I don't really need that. And then we've got soul. And I don't necessarily mean this in the religious sense, but to me, soul is all about your mental and emotional well-being. You earn this through community, through your family, through charity and piety. What does that mean? It means you need to get involved. You need to have people around you. Start with your family. That's your closest relationships. But you also have to have a tribe. And you have to put good into the world, and you have to believe in something. That is about nourishing the soul. Now, all three of these things are vital to anybody's future success. I've been reading a lot of books about habit forming. My wife and I have been reading books about relationships so we can kind of strengthen our marriage. And this message keeps coming up is all things have to be in balance. And I was thinking a lot about this concept as of how this balance affects the everyday marksman. Now, notice that in my mind, body, soul examples, I didn't say anything about gear or equipment or the other things you're going to commonly see written in lots of other gun blogs all over the internet and all over the world. As you've heard here before, equipment only needs to be good enough that it's reliable. Everything else is a secondary bonus. So what is my vision of an everyday marksman? Well, it's the kind of individual who can take care of himself, who can take care of his loved ones and his community when times get hard because he has a variety of skills and things he knows how to do. He has the physical strength to make it happen and the emotional strength to endure. Shooting, which we all enjoy, is just one aspect of that. It's probably the most fun one for me, but it's just one aspect. Owning the best guns in the world and the capability to shoot the wings off a gnat don't mean a thing if you can't also build a shelter to save your life in harsh weather, survive a disaster, communicate an emergency, or any number of other skills that we talk about. It especially doesn't matter if you don't have the emotional fortitude to survive. As you heard one of my prior guests, Mike Moore, talk about, survival is about what you find along the way, not what you have with you. It's about what you find along the way and are able to repurpose and reuse and have the mindset to know that you are going to make it. And that mindset doesn't come automatically. Now, all this to say, what does this mean to you? What is the message I want you to take away? From time to time, everybody needs to take a step back and evaluate where they're at in life. Now, my challenge to our community for this month is think about your own balance, whether it's mind, body, soul, or something else. Where are you putting in more than the fair share of effort? Where are you neglecting? And then take time to bring that balance back. So if I'm going to be totally candid with you, I can look at what I've been working, and I have been putting a whole lot of effort into my mind. I've been thinking of all kinds of new plans, writing ideas, working hard at work, building my experience and all these things and trying to build out all the nice stuff. But I haven't been working out. In fact, I had a great routine a while ago where I did a daily habit where I was going to exercise and I was write 500 words and I was going to do all these great things for myself. But you know what was missing out of all that? I wasn't tending to my relationships. And I recognized as I thought about it over July, really, and then into August when I took my break, was I was neglecting parts of my life that are also just as important. We have to take that time to bring that balance back, and that's my challenge. Now, not everybody is going to be able to do this on their own, which is why you need a tribe. All of us are better served when we have others to connect with. So who is it for you? Is it your family? Do you have a community? Do you have a Bible study group? Do you have a club that you like to hang out with of guys who can hold each other accountable? If you've got someone in mind, then awesome. If not, I invite you to come join our community at the Marksman's Quarter. You can find that at everydaymarksman.co/community. It's free to join. And there you're going to be able to connect with other like-minded marksmen on their own paths to improving their lives. I know this sounds like a sales pitch, but look, it's free to join. I would appreciate having you there, but if you've got somebody in mind, cool. The bottom line, though, is that we need to find that balance. And I want to thank you for joining me today. It means a lot that of all the podcasts out there, you are taking the time to come listen to me. And if you've been with me for a while, then I really appreciate that you didn't hit that unsubscribe button during my short break. Now, if I can leave you one action to take away today, it is this. If this is your first time joining me at the Everyday Marksman, then welcome. Share it with a friend and keep on listening. Maybe hit that subscribe button. Now, if you've been with me for a few episodes and you like what I have to say, you like the idea of the everyday marksman, the well-rounded citizen, father, husband, individual who is capable in a lot of areas of their lives, well, then come on by the site, everydaymarksman.co, and subscribe to our emails. From there, you can get the inside scoop of all the latest and best articles that we've got. You'll get to hear more from what's going on with me, what's going on behind the scenes, and get more connection. And lastly, but certainly not least, if you've been with me for a while and want to help support our community and what we do here, then check out our Ko-fi page at everydaymarksman.co/support and contribute a few dollars to help keep things going. Supporters get a few special perks, but you'll just have to find out about those on your own. All right, that is it for me, guys. Take care. I will see you next time. And until then, hold fast, stay true.